How many of us have gone to a healthcare provider with knee pain just to be told we shouldn't be doing squats and lunges, when oftentimes that's exactly what we should be doing? Let's say we've already ruled out some red flags like acute injuries and trauma to the knee, or falling and being unable to put weight onto your foot and having the inability to bend your knee past 90 degrees or take 4 steps without pain. In those cases, it's your healthcare provider's job to rule out red flags and send you for more further imaging or diagnostics, just to be safe. Otherwise, if you're just dealing with knee pain with doing squats and lunges or everyday life activities, we need to address that head on and actually get you back to doing squats and lunges instead of just avoiding the activities altogether. Why do I need to do squats and lunges, you ask? Why can't I just do leg lifts, bridges, deadlifts, and clamshells, which all feel better for my knee? Let me explain. Well, because squats and lunges are natural movements that you do in everyday life that you couldn't even avoid even if you wanted to. Before we break down the process of how we help hundreds of people here at Reload navigate knee pain and get back to squatting and lunging pain-free, let's break down why it's important in the first place. Squatting and lunging are fundamental movement patterns that everyone needs to be able to do to maintain quality of life, decrease the risk of disability and falls, and maintain and keep your independence. If you can't go up and down the stairs, which is some form of a lunge, then you're probably gonna have to eventually sell your house or avoid stairs altogether and move into an apartment. If you can't get up and down from the toilet, you're probably going to a nursing home soon. If you fall and you can't get up from the ground, you're probably gonna call an ambulance and go to the emergency room. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna need to be able to squat and lunge to maintain quality of life and independence for as long as you live. When a healthcare provider tells you that squatting and lunging is bad for your knee, what they should say is that the version of a squat or lunge that you're currently trying to do needs to be modified or regressed to the point where you can still train the pattern in a way that doesn't irritate your knee or cause you pain. The goal for that would be to eventually get you back to a point where you're doing the squats and lunges that currently hurt your knee in a way that no longer bothers you. So in that case, squatting and lunging isn't necessarily bad for you. What actually is bad for you is not being able to squat and lunge. The good news is that all of this can be improved, and you just need to find a safe starting point and consistently work on the pattern so that you can go from the easier version of the squats and lunges to the harder version that currently is challenging for you, and take it even further and put in the work to get to the point where you can do even harder things which you didn't even think that were possible for your knee. The reason people don't have success with this is because it usually takes a lot of time, effort, consistency, and a progressive training program that actually gets harder and harder to challenge your body so that you can do more with less pain. At Reload, we use squats and lunges every day to help people get out of pain and return to higher level function. The key is understanding how to choose the right version of the squat or lunge for that person during that stage of rehab or training that they may be in. We made an entire video explaining to you what the sweet spot is and how to look for it, and then how we use the sweet spot to help our clients find the right version of a squat or lunge when dealing with knee pain. What is a sweet spot, and how do we use the sweet spot to find the right version of a squat or lunge for someone dealing with knee pain? The key is actually figuring out how to find the right progression or regression of a squat or lunge for each person at their particular stage of rehab and or training. We call this the sweet spot.